Hey guys, Hey, this is Rex. Hey guys. Now I'm gonna try something I've never done before. I'm gonna do a Yoyo's buyer's guide, which is something my channel it wasn't really meant for, but I'm running out of content. Don't get the wrong idea. There is still stuff coming up. It's just that, yeah, it's just running low on it. I'll still be posting cool yo tricks, but for now, let's try and get the newcomers getting yoing and a buyer's guide. So I have all these yo-yos here. Now I'm gonna show you what to do with them and what they are. So if you're a beginner, you'll want to pick up a Duncan Butterfly. That's it. There's no real cool name to it. It's just called Duncan Butterfly. It's a basic yo. It just goes up and down. Just up and down. Alright. It can't do much, really. If someone tells you get the Duncan Butterfly as a beginner, it's no. Alright, so Duncan actually made an upgraded version of that, which is the Duncan TX Butterfly yo, which is much better. There's a ball bearing inside, so now I can sleep and actually do actual tricks. And why I recommend the Duncan XT as a beginner yo-yo is because there's a responsive bearing. The difference between a responsive bearing and an unresponsive bearing is how it performs with the yo. A responsive bearing will look something like this, and it's pretty self-explanatory. A responsive bearing means it's responsive to a tug of your hand. So if you were to pull the yo up, it will come up. Unresponsive bearings will not do that unless you modify it, which I'll get to that later if I have time. I don't want this video to be like 16 minutes long, like, come on. Anyways, here. Alright, some people don't like this, but there's a starburst system, which most Yoyos don't have. A starburst system is basically a replacement for response pads. Response pads are meant to grip onto the yo-yo when it's being binded up. I'll show you response pads when I get further into the video. Okay, so intermediate to beginner, get the Duncan XT yo-yo. There's that. There's also plenty of other yo-yos. I'll put them in the description. There's always the Sage yo-yo. What else is there? There's also the Fireball yo-yo, which is another thing. The Fireball yo-yo. Okay, so this yo-yo is, well, called the Fireball. I can't even get this text right. Okay. So this is the Fireball yo-yo, and it actually has a transaxle, but it still plays just as well as a normal beginner yo-yo. But what I don't like about it is its shape. You can't land tricks on it with its shape. It's too narrow. The string's gonna have a hard time getting onto it. Okay, now let me show you what a transaxle yo looks like. Okay. Alright, so yeah. Alright. Those were beginner and intermediate yo-yos. Now I'm getting to more and more advanced yo-yos. So, here I have the Shutter by Yo-Yo Factory. I have a yo review on that, so go check that out on the description below. And this is a high quality yo-yo. It's around $60 to $50 or so. If you find a good deal, maybe this will for $40. But what makes the yo so good is because of its wide shape, which helps catch the yo-yo. So, since it's so wide, it's gonna have an easier time catching onto the string, like so. Another cool thing is you can't do with other. I'm cutting that out. Rex, note self. Alright, so now we're going to get to unresponsive yo-yoing. Since now we're done with beginner yo-yos. Alright, so this is the Replay Pro. I have a yo review on that, but I'll put a link on the description below. But this is a good yo-yo. Okay, So, this is an unresponsive yo-yo. If you pull on it, it will not come back up. You need to learn a specific trick called a bind. Alright, so. Alright, so an unresponsive yo-yo will not come back. If you pull on it, it will not come back. You need a good bind, which is a trick I might teach you later to bring the yo back up. But if you pull on it, it will not come back up unless you do a specific bind. Now, what's unique about an unresponsive yo-yo is that its capability to do advanced tricks, such as there's also a cool thing and twists to other yo-yos. So not all yo-yos are just meant to look cool. They all have their own unique features that they're meant to do. For example, there's the Blazing Team's Metal Max, which actually has hub stacks like that, and you can pull on it and do some pretty cool stuff. That's X2. Pretty cool. Okay. So there's wait. Alright, so there are lots of types of yo-yos. Not all yo-yos are for show. All yo-yo shapes and sizes are meant for specific tricks, and the concept of how they would play it. For example, the Shadow is meant to be a competition yo-yo, and a very advanced one for advanced players. There's a wide ring around here and a nice little gap inside, so you can do your little finger spins. Or you look something like that. And another thing to help beginners with would actually be a hub stack, which hub stacks are something like this. They're basically handles outside the yo-yo that you can hold to actually hold the yo-yo while playing, which is good for beginners. For example, look. Oh, so that was a hub stack. Not all hub stacks look the same. This one was made by Blazing Teams. And this is the Metal Max. I'll do a review on this later, but for now, I want you to know this has hub stacks, which is very cool. I'll admit, I was really impressed when I saw hub stacks, which is a new thing for me at the time. When I was starting, I didn't truly believe you'd be able to just hold on to a yo-yo. So, I'll get to that review later. Next, there's this thing called off-string, which the yo-yo is huge. Look at the comparison. Look at that gap. Okay, so this is the Yo-Yo Factory Flight, and it's meant to come off the string. And most people don't know this, but a yo-yo that comes off the string is easier than you think, really. I'll be sure to do a little demo to show you, but for now, this is the Yo-Yo Factory Flight. This will come off the string. It is not attached. It comes right off. It will come right off. And it will come off, which will look really impressive and is more of the entertaining style of yo-yo. But it can be fairly dangerous because there is a good possibility that you will hit someone with these big yo-yos. Its wide shape is so it's easier to catch on the string, and it will look very impressive. With this off-string, you will be able to do tricks that you can't do with any regular yo-yo. So normal yo-yos will be they're attached to the string. Since this is not attached to the string, you will have the capability of doing body tricks, which would be tricks that involve the body. Now, inside an off-string yo-yo, it's the same thing. There will be response pads and a bearing inside.